Hey, welcome to another episode of Sci-Fails, where we look at some of these bad science information being put out across the internet. So, thank you for joining me again today. We'll get another animal video, because, you know what, I love animals. Yeah. And, yeah, we're going to be talking about the rarest spiders in the world is the name of this video. 15 rarest spiders in the world. Good morning, Michael. It's okay if you believe in the supernatural, Eddie. I used to believe in the supernatural too for a long time. Doesn't change your welcome here. Where the Hive is a safe place for people of all kinds of beliefs, but we will challenge them with science. So just keep that in mind.
Spider that's on the brink of extinction
There we
to
go.
phobe. But the demise of any species is a reason to grieve. From a yellow spider that's on the brink of extinction to one that has only been found a few times, here are 15 of the rarest spiders in the world. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos every day. That being said, let's begin. Number 15.
Is that some kind of proverb? Sinister?
Peacock spider. If someone were to tell you that spiders could be pretty, you'd probably call them a liar. After all, 8-legged creepy crawlies are rarely cute, right? As it turns out, there is a spider species that you could call cute, and that's the
All jumping spiders, at least most people think they're cute.
rare peacock spider. There are over 70 species of peacock spider, also known as Meridus migromacalatus, in existence, and they are
That's awesome, John Hudson. Enjoy your new tractor.
around a 1/4 inch large. Therefore, even if they are all around you, you may not even know it, which was the case with Lawrence and Donna, keen photographers from Australia. The pair discovered peacock spiders on their front lawn and were able to use their macro lens to capture some detailed shots. They have beautiful colors and patterns, including a vivid blue abdomen. Even though their coloring is quite a unique feature, so too is their entertaining.
The cool thing about blue in any animal's coloration is that blue doesn't exist as a pigment. It's always structural color. So, yeah. Have the best New Year's to you too, John. Happy farming.
Mating ritual for the ladies. A male peacock spider's courtship display is one that'll both amuse and surprise, even if the female spider's reaction is a bit less enthusiastic than our own. As the male dances and lays on the moves, the female will turn away from him or toward him based on her interest level. If his moves really don't impress her, she can even eat him or rebuff him violently. If the male peacock spider does have luck, he will flaunt his blue stomach and strut back and forward. Now it's time for the star topic. Albino animals exist in nearly all species and subspecies, but some are more common than others. Most people have heard of Snowflake the albino gorilla and Claude the albino alligator, but what about an albino spider? Does it exist? We were sent this photo of an albino spider with pink eyes and furry, tufted legs. According to the sender, it exists in a wildlife sanctuary, but is rarely shown to the public. Is it an albino spider, or is someone playing the trick on us? Comment down below with the hashtag.
That's a plush. That's a plush stuffed animal. You can buy it. It's an advertisement. Let's see. I've seen it so many times. That exact one. Pink eyes. Yeah, albino. Pink. No, it just pulls up the pink ones. I'm trying to find where we can purchase it at. I think it was on Etsy. Here we go. Yeah. Oh shoot, that's not the Etsy store though. I want the seller. That's someone's Pinterest. Yeah, okay, well we'll share that anyway. There's different angles of it where it makes it clear that it's a plush. Like, look at this. people putting it in different locations. It's among the other plushies. Although there are weird animals that are real down here too. That's not real. That's real. That's not real. That's a plush. So, I mean, you see the caliber of content that it's displayed with. Now that's real. Gucci Sapphire. There's our girl Snowflake. Or Snowflake was male, right? That's not real. That's a green tree frog inverted. I debunk these all the time on Facebook groups and stuff and piss people off. Nature groups, people share something like that and be like, oh, it's a real frog species that's from Honduras or whatever. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a Photoshop. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to
Star topic and let us know your opinion in relation to what we just showed on screen. With that said, let's keep things moving. Number 14. New species, Skeletoris. The newly discovered Skeletoris belongs to the peacock spider family, but is dramatically different in its appearance. It gets its nickname, Skeletoris, from its black body with white markings, almost making it look like a skeleton. This spider's scientific name is Meridus skeletus, and it's
so cute. I mean, there's another peacock spider, but yeah, so cute.
Unique and striking little critter. Even those who despise spiders won't be able to help but enjoy looking at it. But while it's unique in its looks, especially when you compare it to the rest of its peacock spider family, it's common in other ways. Its mating dance is very similar to its relatives. Entomologist Jürgen Otto said the Skeletoris would display a body part that looks like a fan, showing off its bold stripes. It'll then raise a single leg and show it off to the female it likes. Once he got closer to her, he then showed her the rest of his moves, which involved moving his legs around rapidly, showing off his muscles, and basically flaunting what his mother gave him. Ask me, this spider's rare not only for its color, but its clearly dominating dance floor moves.
He's got moves for real. Yeah.
Number 13. The bright blue tarantula. The bright blue tarantula.
Now they act like this is a single species, but there are several species of bright blue tarantula. This is the Goody Sapphire.
Also known as the Goody Sapphire ornamental tree spider, or Poecilotheria.
That is the green bottle blue. I've never been more annoyed by anything in my life than this image right here. I'm gonna screen capture this. This is a trigger for me. Holy shit. Oh my lord. No, 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 no. This is a green bottle blue. Mistake it for a Poecilotheria on your own, at your own risk. Green bottle blue is a docile New World species. Well, I'll say docile relative to spiders. A docile New World species where Poecilotheria is a dangerous old world tarantula from these Asian group called the tree tigers that will F you up.
Metallica is a critically endangered spider in the wild due to
so critically endangered that you couldn't use a picture of it. You had to use a green bottle of blue.
Habitat loss. However, it remains a popular pet in the domestic.
That is a crustacean. That is a crustacean.
Market. It's blue and yellow.
Neither one of these are neither one of these are a Goody Sapphire. This is a cobalt, the male and female, cobalt blue. What's the species name on that? I can't remember. I used to have one. Let's see, cobalt blue tarantula. Yeah, Haplopelma lividium. That's what we're looking at here. You can tell it's not a Goody Sapphire because it doesn't have the yellow markings. Also, it's not built like a tree tiger. It's built like a like an earth tiger, actually. So it's kind of funny that they have those common names. But yes, in case there's any doubt that I know what I'm talking about, I mean, look who you're talking to. I'm freaking HiveSci. But this, yeah, cobalt blue. Cobalt blue is what we're looking at there. Look. Cobalt blue. Goody Sapphire. Oi. Oh, here we go.
grows up to 7 inches, and is one of the more expensive tarantula species to
That's a goody sapphire right there. And they're not as expensive as they used to be because the market got kind of oversaturated.
buy. As they say, you pay for pretty. Male spiders of this species will only live for around 4 years, but females tend to live for over a decade with...
You know, they don't tell you that the males that live for the shorter lifespan are the ones that are all pretty too. The females, yeah, they are sort of brown. Now, they have the yellow still. Another thing I want to point out about this is, again, we talked about the blue, and blue is a structural color, so that's pretty cool, huh?
the right care. The Goody sapphire ornamental tree spider was first discovered in southeastern India during the 19th century. It was named after the lumberyard it was found in, Goody, but it's not thought to be native to that town. Over a century later, you can find small numbers of this pretty critter east of Goody in forests and other parts of southern India. Their geometric blue patterns make them desirable to spider lovers, and they are the only tarantula in the...
Why you keep showing other species if these ones are so great?
Their genus to have such colors. Beautiful patches of yellow break up that vibrant blue on the legs to add to its...
And Regalis has the metallic, so this is Poecilotheria metallica. Poecilotheria regalis also has the yellow markings, though.
Overall attractive appeal. Aside from their colors, this spider also stands out.
It's cobalt blue. This is a Haplopelma. This is not Goody sapphire. This is not a Poecilotheria. Different species.
For its body shape, the males tend to have thin bodies and long legs, while the females are shorter.
That is also not a Goody sapphire. That's a Balfouri, which are super cool too. What was it? Monosyntropus balfouri. Let me show you this one, so you all know I know what I'm talking about. Like, I keep having to prove to you guys I know what I'm talking about, but yes. Balfouri, right there. Got it wrong again. This is why this video made the cut, right? This is why we're here. Because this guy keeps mistaking cobalt blue and Balfouri. And we had another one, green bottle blue, too. This is not the topic we're on yet.
In all ways. They are also quite a submissive species, thankfully, and would prefer to escape a threat rather than bite to protect itself. If a Goody sapphire spider...
Don't fuck around and find out about that, because you will fuck around and find out.
Does bite, it's often a dry bite with no venom. Any bite with or without poison can be painful, but there have been no deaths recorded. This rare spider is a pleasure.
You all thought I was going to go on a rant about venom and poison, but actually I'm not. I'm okay with venom being called poison. It's not okay with all poison being called venom, so yeah.
To see in person, but its status as critically endangered means that's a privilege that few people get to have. Number 12.
You got that one completely wrong, but the peacock spiders were cute.
The mirror spider. Have you ever seen a spider that's always ready to party? Well, now you have. The mirror spider, which is an Australian species, is basically an 8-legged disco ball.
Yeah, because this is kind of gross. There's poop involved.
It's pretty on the eye, but confusing for prey. Just the way the spider likes it. The mirror
see the brown in between? That's poop. That's poop.
Spider has what looks like mosaic tiling on its back. These mirrored features appear at all angles, scattering light and confusing anything that may like to eat it. Instead of seeing a delicious spider, a larger spider may instead see reflections of greenery and droplets of water. According to retired biologist Ron Atkinson, the mirrored features of this spider are likely to be crystalline deposits made up of the spider's waste product. The waste produced by the spider's gut cells is underneath the spider's translucent skin. While some of their waste comes out the old-fashioned way, some of it stays behind on the surface of the spider's gut. While it's a gross form of camouflage, it works in the mirror spider's favor. What's unique
so they can pump it and change it.
And rare about this mosaic-style spider, apart from its waste storage, is how it changes color. Its muscles can contract brown skin over its guts, covering the silver crystals fast.
Whenever they say discovered... Yeah, whenever they say discovered, that's important. When they say discovered, they do mean discovered by white people. Like the Goody sapphire and these Australian spiders here. Yeah, they weren't like the native people that lived there, the people who lived in that area saw them. Oh, native atheist. Woo! Give me a $10 super sticker with a hippo. Oh my gosh, knockout. Oh, I love you, sweetie. Mwah. I really appreciate that. Every penny counts this time of year. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the Hive. We love you. We love you, native atheists.
A fast color change is not common in the spider world. Number 11. Long-horned orb weaver. The long-horned orb weaver comes from a large family of orb weaver spiders, with more than 2,800 species within the one group. If you thought you had a lot of cousins and relatives, then spare a thought for this arachnid. The orb weaver is noticeable for its strange spiral wheel-shaped nets, but two species stand out for a whole host of rare reasons. The colors, patterns, and shapes of the—
We actually have these here. You can see these on your, sometimes around like your eaves of your house. So go look for them at night. They're really pretty.
The Microthena and Gastracantha are out of this world. These two orb weavers are found in tropical areas, but Gastracantha is native to the US. It also goes by the name of spiny-backed orb weaver and crab spider, among other variations. These spiders might look huge and scary, but their size might surprise you. Some can be over an inch, but most are much.
So Macrocantha is from Southeast Asia, but that's the one with the really long horns that it keeps showing. These smaller, spiky ones, though, you can find them in areas around the globe.
Smaller. Fortunately, their size matches their appetite for human flesh. They will only bite when they feel trapped or threatened. Give them their space and they're unlikely to harm you.
Usually orb weavers won't bite you. You can freaking grab an orb weaver and it won't bite you, but I'm not recommending to go grab an orb weaver, but just saying that usually they won't bite.
Number 10. 8-spotted crab spider. The 8-spotted crab spider was first discovered in a Singaporean forest preserve in 1924, but such is its rarity that it is hardly
He's so cute. Look how cute he is. Do you guys see how cute this spider is? He's yellow. He's little smiley face. Oh my god.
ever been found since. Bright yellow in color with black spots, this crab spider looks both comical and unique. When it is found, it's normally around Singapore, Sumatra, but it has also been a stowaway in goods to the United States as well. Fortunately for us, even though most people will not see this rare spider in person, you can view photos of it online. There are also plenty of resources to find out more about them.
I like how it's got those spots over its eyes, so it looks kind of like a panda or like a puppy, or a raccoon. You know, something with eye spots. You know, a dog with eye spots, or, and it's got the black on its legs, and it looks like it would make candy. Maybe it makes cotton candy.
They are about 1 to 3 inches long and don't cast a web. Instead, they lie in wait for a stray bee or praying mantis to cross their path and become dinner. For all their comical attributes and crazy looks, it's worth sparing a thought for this rare species. A loss of habitat has meant that it's now under threat of extinction. Therefore, it's not only one of the most festive spiders,
Well, congratulations on actually showing the right species for the last couple.
but also one of the rarest. Number 9. Horrid Ground Weaver. Even though the horrid ground weaver serves no purpose to the ecosystem, it's still a rare spider that's deserving of attention. It is one of the rarest in the UK and maybe even the world. The horrid ground weaver, which gets its name from its bristly legs, is a tiny spider celebrity. It was discovered in 1989 and is thought to only exist in 3 or 4 places across the UK. When a family of horrid ground weavers was discovered on the site of potential housing developments, thousands of signatures and dollars were collected to ensure
this
it
is actually a pretty cool conservation story, so thank you for covering this. What was this channel again? The Finest? Yeah. Thank you for covering this.
was looked after and researched further. That research has discovered that the spider serves no purpose, but that doesn't mean it's an insect we need to drive to extinction.
It doesn't mean it's an insect at all, because it's a spider, so it's not an insect, that's an arachnid. It's not even a mandibulata, it's a chelicerate.
After all, you could say the same thing about sports and art, both not contributing all that much, but still valuable to have. Number
They say it doesn't contribute that much. They hold an ecological role. They're a spider species. They got to be eating something. They got to be producing waste so the bacteria grows in. They got to be It goes into the ecology of the soil. Good grief, these people with their idiotic claims that a species doesn't. Yeah, you could probably get rid of it, and it would probably be replaced by another species, a spider. But that doesn't mean it's not doesn't hold the value in its ecology where it's at. Because, yeah.
Number 8. Sierra Cacachila's Wandering Spider. One of the identifying factors of a rare spider is that if you haven't discovered it by now, it probably exists in small numbers or remote locations. Both might be factors in the discovery of the Sierra Cacachila's wandering spider in 2013. The spider, with 4-inch legs and an inch-long body, was discovered in the mountain ranges of Baja California Sur, Mexico by North and South American scientists. In this part of the world, any wandering spider is rare, so finding a new species was remarkable. Instead of building webs, wandering spiders chase their prey. Other types of wandering species, such as the Brazilian variety,
wandering spiders fill a similar niche to wolf spiders, but they're not. They don't have a. They have a more, what's it? Fishing spider-like build to their body, but I don't know if y'all know what I mean by that. Wolf spiders are pretty compact. As far as true spiders, they're the ones that have the closest body structure to a tarantula, right? To a megalomorphic spider, which are this different group. There's true spiders and there's megalomorphic spiders. You know the difference because megalomorphic spiders fangs down, true spiders fangs close together, sort of like pseudo mandibulata a bit, but they tend to hang down. Now wolf spiders get really big too. Wandering spiders can get pretty big, but they're usually a lot thinner. Fishing spiders are similar, and they also fill a similar niche.
Are aggressive and venomous. When the scientists discovered the existence of the Sierra Cacachila's wandering spider, they did so while the spider wasn't even there. They found an exoskeleton in a rock overhang in a mine shaft and recognized it as that of a wandering spider. They returned at night to find a living relative. It took several years of research to learn more about it, and it's thought that mine shafts and caves are popular hiding spots for these creepy crawlies. Number 7. Ladybird spider. The ladybird spider is a remarkable species of arachnid in the United Kingdom. They're around half an inch big, and as the name suggests, they look quite like a ladybird. If you're gonna be scared of any spider species, it's unlikely to be this beautiful and bold variety. The ladybird spider is on the brink of extinction in the UK and remains one of their most endangered species. Fortunately, many establishments are working hard to.
So these ones are little and velvety, like tiny, but they're like jumping spiders. And velvet spiders and jumping spiders fill kind of a similar niche as well. And people keep them in the similar kind of enclosures, which are, I don't have any right now, my jumping spiders, but they in little enclosures like these. It's all about getting some velvet spiders instead of jumping spiders and something different.
Grow its numbers. It'll generally be on lowland heathland where they build silk-lined burrows vertically with a silky canopy. They use these to ambush insects for dinner. The female ladybird and young males are pure black, which may make you wonder how they get such a glorious name. However, once you see a mature male, you'll know why. When they grow up, they have a vibrant red abdomen and black spots. The spots indicate that they are ready to breed. Their terrain preferences are why they face extinction. Forestry and farmland have had a significant impact on their habitat, so much so that most people thought it was extinct for 70 years. However, some were discovered in 1980 in Dorset, and now there are around 1,000 in total. Number 6.
But we can get them in the pet trade and save them. That's what we need to do. And I'm not kidding. That does save, like the Goody Sapphire that we talked about earlier. The actual Goody Sapphire, the actual blue and yellow tarantula, is basically its conservation status is they're safe from extinction. People will never stop breeding them. They're so beautiful, right? And they're so easy to all Poecilius are easy to take care of.
6. Deserta's wolf spider. The Deserta's wolf spider is so rare that Bristol Zoo Gardens has now started a unique program to help bolster numbers. There are only around 25,000 left, and all in one small area, Deserta's Islands near Madeira in Portugal. The Deserta's wolf spider grows up to around 5 inches long, and its body makes up around a third of that. They burrow in rocky and sandy areas.
And see, they fill an ecological niche of tarantulas where tarantulas don't exist. And they're true spiders.
Invasive plant species have meant that there are not enough areas like that to sustain all Deserta's wolf spiders in existence. Even though the spider is on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's, or IUCN, Red List of Threatened Species, there's no specific legislation to protect it. Therefore, no one was actively doing anything to protect its dwindling numbers. Fortunately, Bristol Zoo stepped in and joined forces with the Madeira National Park and the IUCN. They put together a conservation strategy and moved 25 juveniles to the zoo for breeding. With enough—
I don't know why it's showing jumping spiders and this. What? Oh, that's not what I meant. This is not even a spider. That's a harvestman, an opilion.
A conservation strategy and moved 25 juveniles to the zoo for breeding. With enough hatched, they hope to return them in more significant numbers to the island. Number 5. Fen Raft Spider. The fen raft spider, also known as the great raft spider, are giant beige, striped, and speckled spiders that you probably don't want to see crawling around your ceiling at night. They come from the UK.
They look like they wouldn't crawl on the ceiling, they would crawl in the water.
And are the largest and rarest of their kind in the whole of Britain. The fen raft spider is around the size of your palm and lives on insects, fish, and tadpoles. They hunt on the surface of water and use silk for creating a nursery web and retreats, but not for hunting. The rarity of this species means that there are only 3 small areas in the UK and Central Europe where they are found. Numbers continue to grow smaller.
The UK has not been kind to their giant spiders
By the day. Fortunately, things are looking up for this giant spider. It is a protected species under the Wildlife and Countryside Act, and it is now a priority under the UK Biodiversity
and it fills the role of a fishing spider. Isn't that cool?
To the action plan. The female spider also does her part for the survival of the species. She will build an egg sac for her babies that live inside for around—
The female does her part, huh?
3 weeks. She will also keep it moist by dipping it into water. When it hatches, she has pre-built a nursery web to keep them safe above the water and will stand guard for the first week of their life. When they're old enough, they move out of home and into the big, wide world to fend for themselves. Unfortunately, they're not doing the best job of it, which is why they are one of the rarest spiders in the world. Number 4. Bracken Batcave Mesh Weaver. It's never easy trying to expand a city or its services.
Oh, I love this story though. I think I covered this like years ago on one of the first episodes of Life from the Hive I ever did. I talked about
On one hand, you want to make sure that life is as easy as possible for its occupants, but on the other, you want to preserve your natural surroundings as best you can. Project developers were put between a rock and a hard place when a rare, previously thought extinct species of spider was discovered in the middle of a highway project in San
This is a species of spider that doesn't have eyes.
Antonio, Texas. The Bracken Batcave Meshweaver had previously been on the endangered list, but was thought to be no longer around. Since its discovery during the highway's construction, the entire project had been put on hold. The Bracken Batcave Meshweaver is a spider species with no eyes. It gets its name from the type of unique webs it builds. It was discovered after rainfall unearthed a 6-foot spider hole containing a distinct-looking spider. A dissection revealed it was, in fact, the Meshweaver, and biologist John Krechko—
It's so cool. It's so cool that the construction team would stop and say, "Hey, there's a spider here. Maybe it's a rare species. We shouldn't continue."
likened the find to stumbling on a new Galapagos island when you consider its biological significance. The highway, which consisted of the Texas 151 and Loop 1604, was abundant with natural resources. Biologists found 19 different cave features and 5 non-endangered spider species. They believe the entire highway section is a meshweaver habitat. To ensure they didn't disrupt the area, it was decided that an overpass would be constructed rather than an underpass. The cost would be 3 times that of an underpass at $44 million and would also include genetic studies of the spider. The goal is to preserve animal populations and eventually see them off the—
I'm stoked about that. It doesn't have any eyes. Look, isn't that so cool? No, it's like they're completely blind. So wild.
Endangered list, not moved to the extinction list due to construction and city expansion. Number 3. Chinese hourglass spider. No matter which species of spider you find or see, you often know it's a spider. It has 8 legs, a standard-looking spider body, and a creepiness about it. But the Chinese hourglass spider is a little bit different, and it's also very old. The spider dates back to between 2 and 5 BCE, but sightings of it have been few and far between. It was seen in Sichuan province in China in 2000, but was only spotted half a dozen times since then. There is also minimal documentation on the unique spider with hourglass shaping, but it was mentioned in the oldest ever Chinese dictionary.
So there's a few different species of spiders that fit into this clade. Cyclosemia. There's a few. There's some from the U.S. Cyclosemia truncata it lives in the U.S. They're not just in China.
One fortunate farmer was lucky enough to come across one recently. He noticed that the spider had a unique abdomen, and he didn't think it was a spider at all. Instead, he wondered whether it might have been a cultural relic. When he realized what it was, he called over his neighbor, then involved the head of the Insect Museum of West China, Zhao Li. Zhao Li said the spider held significant value in scientific research given its rarity. It had never been videoed or documented in
And just in case you're wondering, no, I cannot, unlike the other sections where with the blue tarantulas, I cannot identify the American species from the Chinese species here. I can only assume that most of these are the Chinese species, just on good faith.
Recent years. He also said it was a trapdoor species, which meant they were less likely to be seen due to living below the ground in burrows. The farmer who found the spider, Li Wenhua, said he wanted to sell the
Their ass literally became a door.
Spider as a pet for a good price. Number 2. Happy Face Spider. The Hawaiian island chain in the Pacific is home to some beautiful animals that are native to the area, but it's also home to many that aren't.
Speaking of Hawaii, yeah, let me share that too. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up. It's been a minute. So I'll have to scroll down through here. So bear with me just a second, because I wanted to share this too. In case I was talking about this last night and just wanted to make sure that the world is aware that birds that went extinct in 2023 you got one from Florida and South Carolina right here, the Beckman's warbler, and then the one from Guam. The whole rest of this is from Hawaii. Hawaii's just hemorrhaging species. Hawaii's they're just dying off.
As a result, many of the native critters are either forced to move further out or end up in such low numbers they have to go on an endangered list. The happy face spider is one of them. The happy face spider, with the scientific name of Theridio growliter, is thought to be a harmless spider that has evolved with markings to resemble a smiling face. Some people theorize that it does so to confuse its predators. They may spend a bit of time deciding if the spider is safe to eat, which might offer enough time for it to get away.
It's very aposematic. Yellow, red, and black are aposematic. I mean, that's the colors of a coral snake.
Only around 0.11 inches long and lives high in the Hawaiian rainforests. Some of the spiders appear to have
used to be a lot bigger
frowning faces on their backs, and some might not have any markings at all. There are even spiders of the same species that have vibrant colors like blue or orange instead. The happy face spider is a reasonably solitary creature that prefers to live alone. However, unlike most spiders who don't care for their babies,
can we save these guys with the pet trade?
This one does. She will guard her eggs, bring them food, and care for them until they leave the nest for good. Fewer than 1% of other spider mothers show the same care.
Maternal care among spiders is rare, but it is something common among wolf spiders, though. It's like the norm among wolf spiders. They all carry their babies on their backs.
They will also hunt at night and eat flies and grasshoppers, among other small insects. Conservation efforts are underway to highlight the plight that this spider, among other native creatures in Hawaii rainforests, are facing when having to share their habitat with non-native animals. Number 1. Hercules baboon spider. If you find yourself face to face with a Hercules
One specimen.
baboon spider, then prepare to see your face plastered all over the local news. This tarantula, which is thought to be one of the heaviest and largest in the world,
Which is not this. That's a Goliath birdie.
hasn't been seen alive since around
That's a yellow knee.
1900. Its leg span is around 8 inches, and it's on par with the huntsman and Goliath bird eater. While many arachnophobes may hope such a giant spider is extinct, no one's willing.
This might be the king baboon spider. It's a baboon. It's a horned baboon. Do you see the horn? They're not really horns. They're more like a nodule, like a knob on top of their head. But it's I think some kind of horned baboon.
To say that it is just yet. There's every reason to believe it's laying low in Africa and around Nigeria. People can only assume and guess what the Hercules
This could be a baboon. Kind of looks like a baboon.
baboon spider likely looks like and eats. It is probably
When I say baboon, baboons like the African tarantulas are mostly baboons, right? Just like in Southeast Asia, you got your earth tigers and your tree tigers. In South America, you got sun tigers too. But then you got your Theraphosa, your giant bird eaters. That's South America, and then we have the docile desert tarantulas of the New World, and the whistling spiders of Australia. So every continent and subcontinent has their own group, own clades of a successful tarantula species, and the ones in Africa are called baboon spiders. The Hercules baboon spider is the largest African baboon spider. The second largest is the king baboon spider, which is also quite large. Now, the Hercules baboon spider, only one specimen's ever been found, so it's considered extinct.
probably brown or black, and history tells us that its venom is only mildly uncomfortable. However, given its aggressive nature, it makes it unsuitable for first-time pet owners. There is currently one specimen of the spider at the London National.
You couldn't be a pet owner for it. And yeah, if you see these, you'll see them advertised, Hercules baboon spiders. You see them advertised in the pet trade, but they're not actually Hercules baboon spiders because they are exceedingly rare. And my second video essay that I tried to do on when I first started the channel was on the Hercules baboon spider. It was really short though. It was only like 5 minutes.
National History Museum. It's hard to believe that so many spider species exist, and that so many are also on the brink of not existing. Can you think of any others that are rare? Have you seen any of them in person for yourself? Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on screen right now. See you next time.
It's nice to have one of these channels where they didn't tell me they were gonna have a centipede crawl on my face, because why? Anyhow, that was a little bit of a sci-fails, and most of the sci-fails was around that blue tarantula segment, which I had a meltdown about that I'm probably gonna clip. Was not prepared for that. So yeah, we're not over yet, but if you're watching this, if you're watching this on a premiere or whatever, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you later. Please remember to be kind and take care.